Permission to record.
I did already, I think.
All right. Okay, recording. All right, so this is Angie and Aaron doing our usual weekly or twice weekly working session. And it's accelerated so quickly. I think Aaron's been a subscriber for a few years and been in touch for, is it 9 months, 6 months, Aaron?
Since, I don't know, since June, when was it, or May?
Yeah, so we've been working. Wow, so it's February, March, April, May. We've been working for 9 months together, and it's been hugely beneficial. It was very much set back by the attack that came in October, where my YouTube channel and my 2 Facebooks were nuked with a purge. But even with that, it's been hugely beneficial. And what we found is that Aaron has now gone to a level where he's now being creative and being interactive. He's set up an archive, an associate channel called Archives of Truth, having lots of interaction on there, documenting valuable work on there, set up a BitChute. There's been so much admin, but Aaron has gone to the level when he's now got so much information coming into him and different people interacting with him, and then so much work where I will say, help, can you do so and so? We're actually looking for another technical assistant. And maybe an hour a day, Monday to Friday. Maybe somebody that can just update the blog, update BitChute, which can take hours. Uploading to BitChute, sadly, can take hours. Or edit where something has been done, inadvertently and needs correcting. So yeah, somebody put in the comments that they were very tech, and I'm being contacted by people at high technical levels of ability. Somebody that started a Bitcoin, not Bitcoin, but a cryptocurrency wallet for Baron David Ward's work, and he's invested a lot of money into it himself. And so he's making a wallet so that these liens can be realised. They must be running at nearly 100 liens by now in Baron David Ward's group of nearly 9,000 people. And at least one of those group members has established a cryptocurrency. Now, it's not my field. I tried to set up Bitcoin years ago. I did set up a wallet, and I got a few whatever on Steam it before I smelled her out there and thought, no, I don't want to do that whole blockchain thing. It smells wrong, but it may be the way of the future. Like, I was told 10, 12 years ago by Lord Anthony Bain, invest in Bitcoin. It was $53 a coin at that point, and now it's something like 40,000. And then I tried again a few years later when it was 2,500 a coin, and it just, I'd lost my tech or whatever. It's like it's attached. When you set up a blockchain thing, it's connected to your device. And if you're doing dangerous work, well, dangerous in terms of whistleblowing, you can lose your devices in a raid just like that. So it just, with my ADHD mind, it just overwhelmed me. So I've missed the Bitcoin train, but there are people saying it will go to 500,000. It's like crazy stuff. But just anyway, so people like that are contacting me and saying, can we talk? I've set up a blockchain wallet for security by way of a lien. I've put a lot of money into it, my own personal money. This is how much I believe in it. Can we talk? And there's a limit to my areas of expertise. I'm a people person. I'm a children advocate. I'm a survivor. I can't be an expert at everything. So Aaron's doing brilliant work, and he's kind of branched off in a good way. Like, we speak once or twice a week for a couple of hours. And if I'm freaking out and I'm absolutely hit a roadblock, we'll connect and Aaron will help me and just talk me through something until I can make it work. But we've reached a point of needing more support. So somebody else wrote in the comments, I'm very tech savvy now. They might mean they can start a platform or whatever. But if there's someone out there that can prove themselves trustworthy, because I'm very aware we could be infiltrated. I'm very aware it would be a perfect opportunity for a wolf in sheep's clothing to come in and say, oh yes, I'll do everything, and then they just steal everything or sabotage everything or crash everything. So
I'm
these
glad some people. I'm glad some people are reaching out
yeah,
through you, through me, but it's a very sensitive work to do,
very
and
sensitive work, and we have to, the biggest thing is trust, and the biggest thing as well is no egos, because you know, at some point I will piss you off, Aaron will piss you off, somebody will say too much or too little or the wrong way, or you know,
or
and it
maybe too
has,
straightforward.
yeah,
Yeah,
whatever it might be, but it's just, it's not about egos. It's like, this is not a hobby.
you
Um,
have to be strong to be able to do this.
yeah, but at the same time, it's not impossible, and there are people worldwide that say, look, I don't want to put my face out there, I don't want to put my name out there, but I could find an hour a day and quietly work behind the scenes. So that's a shout out to either get in touch with myself or Aaron, because we need to expand. We don't need to, but it's like
Well,
I wake up every Monday morning feeling overwhelmed because I haven't uploaded my blog, I haven't updated my blog adequately, I haven't done a GoFundMe monthly update, you know, which I'm supposed to do every month. I haven't maximized the platforms that we are functioning on.
literally, we have a life to live as
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
and we are not being paid a penny
It is
for any of
unfunded.
what.
Like I said, you can check my GoFundMe. It averages 150, 200 a month. Just pays the internet, the website, the Zoom professional. It really, I'm very grateful for that. But look, if you want a career, this is not it. It's a
It's
vocation.
not a paid for job. It's
It's a
not a paid for
vocation.
job.
It's voluntary work, and if it gets funded at some point along the line, great. But that's a bonus, not a prerequisite.
Well, um, we are literally sacrificing all of our free time to this, and I do feel the same sometimes. You know, I had a break almost a week. I didn't upload anything, and it's like I'm sitting on fire. I have to upload something. I
I
have to
know.
upload it, but life is happening, and there's doctor's appointments. We have to drive quite far away and stuff like that. It's just, I mean, life happens, and you
Yeah.
can't just continue. If it was a paid for thing, then you would be sort of somehow forced to find time because you get paid for that. But in this case, it's just difficult. It's difficult.
Yeah, and it's
And
the
on
thing
the
I
other,
discovered when I went self-employed quite young. The thing I discovered is when you work for no employer, you work harder anyway.
yeah, yeah.
You can't sleep. Yeah,
I had my own business for years,
yeah.
and you work day and night.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
never
Anyway,
rest. You
we're
don't
not
get
think.
holidays and all. Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
basically
it's a passion. It's a vocation. It's a vocation.
yes. So we've been working all these years. You've been working all these years, and now this year, well, at some point will be a year I'm working on it. But that's Hampstead's case,
Yeah,
and also what makes it more complicated when all those Satanists that we are fighting,
yeah.
they are loaded with money and we are not.
Absolutely.
And here's Wilfred Wong case comes up, and
Yeah,
you want to cover all of the Wilfred Wong case. You also want to help to somehow get Sabine McNeil out. We have seen some people that want to help us. How can they help us to get her out of prison? I don't know. I mean, all these other cases going on as well. Wilfred Wong is nothing to do with Hampstead's case in this given moment, but
the only
this
thing
is
is,
very important as
because
well.
I've been doing this really for a decade at least, I can't help seeing a pattern emerge. So originally, I came online to tell my own story, to disclose, and to share the healing and reach out. So that was my original goal. And then the Hampstead case happened. And then I belatedly discovered the Holly Gregg case. And now we have the Wilfred Wong case. And it's impossible not to see a pattern emerging.
Oh, yes.
So,
And
and then
also,
I even did my research on America. There was the McMartin preschool case, the Franklin cover-up, the Presidio scandal. So really, when it's more than just one case. You know,
yes.
I keep trying to lay down the Hampstead case. I was thinking this morning, I haven't shared publicly, and I probably won't, but I got sent, you know, I've said this so that they will have picked this up. I got sent Elisa's socials, her by the daughter of a judge, an international judge, that came across the Hampstead research on Reddit and then found her way to my channel and said to me, I found her on Pinterest and on, I can't remember what was the other one, Snapchat or something like that. And she sent me, you know, portions of that. And it was so heartbreaking because it looked as if this child that originally disclosed age 9 and then got sucked back in, apparently, to the cult, at 15 is posting jokes like that awkward moment when you have to explain to your boyfriend why there's a dead goat in the garden. You know, and then lots of funny dad quotes, and then lots of, you know, suggestive gymnastics poses. And if you look at memory hold or Mouthy Buddha research, you'll see that online gymnastics and child modelling are huge fronts for the distribution through back doors of child pornography. So there comes points where I feel that's it, I've done everything I can do on Hampstead. When are we going to get a breakthrough? Are we ever going to get one? You know, Ricky Dearman was originally that child. According to the children's testimonies, their grandma was involved and their uncle, you know, and this was an intergenerational thing. So at one point, Ricky Dearman was that child, if we believe the children, which we do. And so when I get to a point where I think Gabriel is more likely to break free again. Elisa was a little hardened by the whole trauma.
Elisa was trying to stop him from talking. She's like,
yeah,
she was like, oh my god, we're going to get in trouble.
Yeah. And in the retraction videos, DC Steve Martin, he had much more success in getting Elisa. And I know you could possibly say they're protected witnesses for life. We're not allowed to say their names, but look, there's millions of...
Oh, come on. Their names are all over the internet. Everyone knows exactly who they are. And this is nonsense.
Yeah, and I always focus back on the children saying we want to say this on video because we want to save other children as well as ourselves, you know. So, but that brings me to another point I want to address with you in a moment. But... yeah, Gabriel never fully retracted, and this was part of the illegality, because even as much as he was pressurised, and I still want to know who released the police interview videos. I don't know who released those. I don't know.
Indeed. I have them all, but...
In those, when DC Steve Martin coached Gabriel, as confirmed by the IOPC, and said, so there weren't any babies killed. As much pressure as Gabriel had been under, and drugging and, you know, trauma from being taken from his mother, he still said, oh, well, not many babies, just some babies. He just couldn't.
No, Elisa said, I think Elisa
he never retracted. So
I think it was Elisa. No, yeah, babies were killed, but not many.
Yeah,
not many.
Yeah, that was Gabriel.
Well, they still were killed.
Yeah, I know.
Doesn't matter how many. One baby is one too many.
And it still was reported in mainstream media that babies were being transported to the UK by firms like DHL and FedEx and stuff. I mean, DynCorp has been repeatedly, cited in mainstream international media for child trafficking, and baby trafficking, whether dead or alive, coming through Heathrow Airport was documented in mainstream media. This is not the fantasies of two children, terrorized into making up stuff. This was documented in the mainstream media. So anyway, when I feel like giving up on the Hampstead case because I think, we missed our chance, it got covered up, the children are embedded now, and so on. But I still kept on with my own journey of healing and my own research. So with Wilfred Wong and Anchor Hill, the parallels are there's so many things similar, and you learn as you go along. The Holly Gregg case, the Hampstead case, before that McMartin, Presidio, Franklin in America, and recently Jamie Deluxe did an amazing video on the Finders cult in America. It's just been released, and it's proven, it's documented and proven that it was a child trafficking satanic cult, and the investigation was squashed because it was said to be a CIA operation.
And also in all these different cases,
All these which
same gang is involved.
Which cases?
They all are interconnected.
Which cases?
In all those different cases,
Yeah,
like
Hampstead, So it is
Wilfred Wong, same gang is it's always the same gang, so how there wouldn't be a pattern?
Yeah, it's got to be international and it's got to be connected. And even Madeleine McCann, with all the people that were in Portugal at that time, with the connections to Sir Clement Freud, Sir Cliff Richard, look at how many of them are sirs, with the connections to Gordon Brown, ex-Prime Minister, with the connections to MI5 going out, covering up, with the connections to Jerry McCann and Celtic Football Club child sexual abuse scandal. It's all, it's hard to stay focused because it is all connected.
Because for a normal person in a normal family, not being born in a bloodline family, it would be like, why don't, for example, Ricky Demons and Ella Guerrero's family, just call it dysfunctional and take it away from both parents? No. Ricky Demon has the custody mysteriously.
Yeah. I still don't know if he has full custody. The last credible...
Well, he took the children and ran away to the United States.
He's allowed to.
During that year, internet in the UK, all these files, all the videos with children and all this case was being wiped out.
Yeah, it was scrubbed. It was scrubbed from the internet.
It was being scrubbed while he was in the United States with the children.
But he was, I don't believe he was there for as long as people think. I think he has uninhibited access to the children. I think the children are in specialised cult foster care in the Crawley area of Sussex.
Possibly being tortured, as usual.
Who knows? But I do believe Ricky can take them away for weekends or holidays or business trips or unfettered access.
Why can't mother?
Yeah, no, that was shut down. But the other question I have is why. I do understand that, because even that began in 2015 in the court cases. They doubled Ricky's access and halved Ella's access, and then tried to snatch her. I want to just say a recap about the Russian grandparents video, which was a huge find from a connection in France. And thank you also to a connection in America that accessed that for us. But the Russian grandparents interview shows that it was very likely she was going to be snatched and disappeared, either into prison or psychiatric like John Patterson, just disappeared. And
Doesn't matter how you fight, doesn't matter how much you can prove that staying in the family, children can have a brilliant life, well, as brilliant as you can after this torment, but they still were denied. Mother, where is mother? Got pushed
this is
out
a
of the
good
country.
question. This is a good question because I'm told she moves between Spain and Russia. And I
She's been
also
pushed
asked in a
out from the
previous
country, I
broadcast,
think.
huh?
I think she's been pushed out from the country. Now, not deported, but
You mean from Spain?
she's been from the UK.
Oh, from the UK, yeah. It's not what I would have chosen as a mother. I wouldn't run wherever my children were. That's where I would stay. But you know, there are mothers that have, like, there's a Vicky Haig and different mothers that have chosen to go to another country to fight for their children from there because they can fight better free than they can in prison or in a psychiatric unit being force medicated.
Yes, that's it. That's why I'm saying she's been pushed out from the country. She had no choice but to leave the UK.
She had a choice. No, I still maintain
She had a choice, but she had a choice. But having in mind, Ricky Damon immediately had children and took them over the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah.
No one
Actually,
stopped him.
the
No one
feeling-
stopped him. No one said a word.
No, that's true. Anyway, so he does have regular access to them, to the best of my information. But I think it might have been Ella that said at one point, he is too narcissistic to care for two young children full
Of
time.
course he is.
Just
Of course he is.
just wouldn't work with his lifestyle and his habits. So that's my opinion. I don't think they're based in America. They do travel. They do travel internationally, sadly, and I do believe they're in cult foster care. But let's come away from the speculation a bit. I wanted to address a couple of things because I don't want us to get purged again online because it's so destructive. It doesn't stop us, but it's so destructive. And when I did the last interview with Andy, even though I'm a trained journalist and, you know, long time online, I accidentally, at one point in an hour and a half, I let slip the name of the child in the Wilfred Wong case. And of course, the trolls have identified that. And Sharon Gale is broadcasting it at every opportunity. Angela Power Disney named the child. Angela Power Disney named the child.
Oh, she needs to get a life.
I have to tell you, she is trying to take Danny Jones' self-appointed role as the internet police. She's trying to take it to another level. She's causing havoc to Nikki Cooper and Tiana Jensen, deleting their channels repeatedly, inciting people to violence against them, causing them extreme distress. And she's talking from a lofty height about these people are dangerous. We need to remove Angela Power Disney and Brian Harvey and Nikki Cooper.
I only have one question.
We need
I
to
only have
remove
one question.
people.
I only have one question, yeah? What is making her so anxiously to shout from top of the roofs her little opinion so anxiously?
She's got in with the wrong crowd, either on a wage packet or not. But she's in with the Hoaxdead crowd. To me, she's the new version of Karen Irving. Now, she is trying to belittle at every opportunity Tiana Jensen and Nikki Cooper and insulting them and saying, oh, I can explain the Daily Mail reporting 32 fractures in
It's like it's personal
Let
to
me
her or
finish this.
something.
This is important. I need to get this off my
Yeah.
chest. She's saying, it's just the Daily Mail reported that there were 32 fractures in my baby that died. And who trusts the Daily Mail? But meanwhile, I'm going to the police about everything everybody does online. Angela Power, Disney and Nikki and this one, that one, the other. Well, why didn't you go and sue the Daily Mail if they lied that baby Charlotte had 32 fractures when she was found dead? or died at 10 weeks old, you know, allegedly from vaccine damage, why didn't you sue the Daily Mail if they lied? And why did the judge say there was no doubt in his mind whatsoever that the baby had been abused? He just couldn't prove by whom. Why didn't you
But she's
prove that
rather
judge?
going after individuals.
No, she's going after individuals. She's going after me, Brian Harvey, Nikki Cooper, Tiana Jensen, What is Truth podcast, anybody she can online. She's appointed herself the online police for the internet. She has 2 convictions for assaulting police officers when she was apparently drunk. She's been arrested and convicted. She has a criminal record for 2 assaults of police officers. She's been arrested and imprisoned in at least 2 foreign countries on suspicion of international espionage. This is by her own testimony, which is documented. She was arrested in Bahrain, and I think she was arrested in Turkey. I think she was arrested in Libya as well, but somebody else is keeping all the records of her disclosures on that. So this woman, with one 10-week-old baby tragically dead, who a judge said was abused, another baby taken at 3, now almost 6, removed from her care, sons that were removed from her care as an unfit mother or a dangerous mother, and a criminal record for assaulting police officers. And she's appointing herself the person to go online and say, these people are dangerous, we need to remove them from the internet, they're triggering normal people. And she's the one. Barbara O'Hare came to my home. Now, I've been told she's a government agent. I don't think she is. She came to my home, and she also went on video and said she got many drunken phone calls from Sharon Gale, as did I, as did Brian Harvey. Barbara O'Hare is the kind of woman that has never heard of strap-ons or butt plugs, which I hadn't either. I'm 63, I don't know, Barbara's in her late 50s. Call me naive until Elisa and Gabriel talked about plastic willies. I had never heard of such a thing. Strap-ons, and they went into graphic detail of Daddy making them in the shed and different colours according to how senior you were in the cult, you know. And butt plugs, I only heard that term, you know, and God forbid anybody should listen to Sean Atwood on True Geordie and get to grips with the depths of depravity that go on in that world. Barbara O'Hare had never heard of those things until Sharon Gale phoned her. And I think it's recorded. And Sharon Gale saying, I've told so many lies, and sex parties, strap-ons, butt plugs, blah, blah, blah. Why would Barbara O'Hare make that up? And given all that background, why would Sharon Gale, unless she's being intimidated and pressurised, or I can't find a reason, I cannot find a reason why she thinks she can make herself the self-appointed czar of the internet and take down people's channels. Sorry, I just had to get that off my chest.
Yeah, well,
sorry if that's shocking.
It seems to me that Sean Atwood is entertaining himself here with whatever he does. I mean, he's just...
I don't think he's any more...
he more looks to me like he's having a laugh than he's seriously doing anything.
And I do think a lot of credibility is given to Brian Harvey's theory that Ian Puddick is orchestrating an intelligence services psychological operation, because in Ian Puddick's own words, he says that he's not just a plumber, a man with a van, you know, and not just an ex-company owner of Phonecast, which used to harvest data online, and not just a multiple director of multiple companies and connected to dodgy charities, but he also was a communications consultant working for people, including the royal family. He boasts about, I've worked for the Queen. And a commentator said very tellingly, if he was still in that role fully, and Prince Andrew was implicated as he is in the Jeffrey Epstein scandal, and Prince Andrew had done a car crash interview on BBC, as he did, Ian Puddick would be the person paid a fortune to try and rescue that situation. So I think he's been working with the likes of Bill Maloney and others for years, trying to suppress the VIP paedophile scandals in the UK establishment. So there was one other thing I wanted to... Oh, Andrew Gine. Right? And look, I'll get this off my chest and then we can do business. But Andrew Gine, Terry Taglioni, I don't know, Sedona, all different names. There's a very credible picture of him just as a man. He wasn't fully a policeman. He was a front office inquiry receptionist kind of thing. And for a while, he and I sort of had a truce, and he was feeding myself and others information. He messaged me saying, here's a scoop for you to release. The reason Sharon Gale is so harsh with Callie Diamond, aka Jenny Brierley, prostitute, trafficked, alleged, is because Sharon was having an affair with Sean Etwood and she got replaced by Callie Diamond, so she's bitter about that. Now, Andrew Gine, aka Terry Taglioni, sent me that information, also sent it to another researcher, Craig. And then Sharon was phoning Barbara O'Hare and talking about sex parties and who was there and what was going on. So Andrew Gine is now attempting to pervert the course of justice because Andrew Gine, as I think an online entrapment project, because it allegedly intersex, and so a former policeman, looking like a policeman or a front office receptionist, then comes online looking like a pantomime queen and promoting intersex, and then keeps entrapping people for hate speech. So Andrew Gine reported 2 or 3 times Sharon Gale for hate speech against intersex people. Sharon Gale, by her own testimony, got called into her local police station and cautioned. There was a court case, but now Andrew Gine has said, oh, I'm withdrawing my prosecution against Sharon Gale because I want to now be a support witness for her to prosecute Nikki Cooper and Tiana Jensen. Well, isn't that perverting the course of justice? You can't just disappear the fact that you made a legal case, Terry, for Sharon being abusive online, but now when you see a bigger possibility, oh, you're going to pretend that didn't happen? You're going to pretend you didn't make those reports? I'm sure there are crime numbers, unless the police will cover that up. You made those reports against Sharon Gale. There were crime numbers given. She was cautioned, and proceedings were ongoing. So I would assert that you're attempting to pervert the course of justice by now withdrawing your case against her, your proceedings against her, because it's more fun to align with her and go for the scapegoats, which is Nikki Cooper and Tiana Jensen. Never mind the humanity of the mistakes they make. What about the huge information they come up with, just like Jesus used to, Jesus the researcher, on Companies House and charities and fake names and connections? What about that? Right, ran over. So the bottom line is I'm going to ask you, is it worth it for you to edit out where I accidentally, in an hour and a half, said once the name of the child in the Wilfred Wong case? Is it worth you, if I give you the exact timestamp, should I edit that out, or is it too late? They'll all have sent it all to the police anyway.
Well, look, I can edit it out now, and I mean, it's not a big deal. It's just
you're already so busy. Do you know what I'm saying? This is why I'm saying it's so...
No, it's cool. I can do it in a moment. It's not a big deal.
And it's only a technical exercise. If the intelligence services in the UK establish a strong relationship with YouTube, it doesn't matter what we edit out. If YouTube comes down,
Well, then
on
you
their
tell me,
side,
is it worth editing it out? Because I have posted on Archives of Truth already quite a few videos where children's names are mentioned, and
well, we mentioned, I don't mind when a case is active, like the Wilfred Wong case. I actually fully intend, and maybe we'll just put this out here, because even if you edit it out, they will have already downloaded. The minute I made that mistake and momentarily spoke the child's name, that will already have been grabbed. So maybe
but
I'll
if you
just
remove it, if you remove it from your channel
it
and
looks like I'm
upload the
guilty.
version,
Yeah. What? Say that
well,
again. Say that again.
and upload the just the name edited out,
Do you think so?
then you still said what you wanted to say,
Okay.
and
It's
people
just it's
know
more
who you're
work.
talking about. People know who you are talking about, and
Yeah, but when
it's
a
not a
case
big.
is active, you see with Elisa and Gabriel, my opinion is they didn't get justice. It was covered up. It was never taken to criminal court. It was scandalous. The Jean Clement recordings were left in Chingford, never presented allegedly to Anna Porfley. Nobody was asked to be examined for alleged tattoos and scars and body piercings and birthmarks. No forensic analysis was done in a timely fashion of
Hey, look, Angela, you already said you admitted you made a mistake by mentioning the
with the
name.
Wilfred Wong
You
case.
fixed
Yeah,
the mistake.
with
You
the
fixed the
Wilfred.
mistake,
Okay,
and
all
that's
right.
it.
All right, so I'll send you that, and I'll give you the exact timestamp. And if you can just bleep it like you did on the last one where I accidentally dropped.
I'll just mute it or whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter really.
And was there
Yeah.
anything else? Like I know I've got this book deal in the offing, and I've got the first $1,000 of funding, but I need my resources of my archived, my disclosures of my own history, and I can't find them all. So maybe I should just put that off till
I
next.
have sent you a whole big
I didn't
chunk of
find
it.
it. Where? Don't tell me.
I'll show you how when we are talking in private. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll deal with it.
So is there anything? I'm really grateful for what you're doing. I'm really hopeful that we'll get another tech or two assistant, but we need to pray as well for them to be trustworthy, and we need to find a way to vet support that comes in. And to the person in France, no, in the Netherlands, if we overwhelmed you, we apologize, and we do appreciate your, because there are some people that come in and say, well, look, I'm particularly heartbroken about Sabine. It's outrageous. And other people might be, everybody has a passion in a certain area.
Yes.
And it's
In
not
my case, when I approached you, in my case, Hampstead's case just blew my mind.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to do something about it, if possible.
And the judge's daughter that contacted me from Reddit, she was the same. She was passionate about Hampstead, and she sent me Elisa's socials, and I never released them because she's still a child, and it's not her fault.
Yes, and there will be people that are passionate about Sabine, like this person from Netherlands. There will be people that are passionate about Wilfred Wong, which is the most recent.
Yeah. And people that are passionate about the child in the Anchor Hill case. Any area that people are trying to do the right thing and expose evil, then bravo, bravo.
Yeah.
All right, so was there anything else?
If you have a moment, we can work in private for a little longer.
Okay, should I send you... No, I'll send you the video and the timestamp, because Sharon's just making trouble. Most people didn't even notice that. I didn't know I did it. And my disclaimer is...
Well, she's very busy. She's very busy with something that I can't see any reasoning. I can't see her reasoning why she is doing these things.
She seems to be working for the dark side. I'm sorry, that's the only conclusion.
Well, we can only guess, but for a normal person, what she is doing is inappropriate.
It's not. It's more than inappropriate. It's insane, in my opinion. It's insane.
He's obsessed.
Unless somebody's being blackmailed. Unless they're either being paid or blackmailed. Who knows? Who knows? All right, so we'll stop the recording and
Well,
we'll just do a couple more bits. My son's
Yeah.
got something going soon, but we'll do a couple
So
more
just
bits.
one more thing. Any person who really feels with their heart, if someone who is really wants to fight for the children like we are, they can contact us on our YouTube channel, Angie Power Disney, Archives of Truth, in the comments section.
Yeah.
Under any video, it's fine, we'll find you, or
Yeah.
you can email Angela directly
Yeah.
to Angie Power Disney or Angela Power Disney at google.com.
Yeah. Although I
And
get hacked when I give out email, I get hacked.
and also if you want to contact directly Archives of Truth,
Yeah.
is archivesoftruth@gmail.com.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's it. And that's a shout out to Corey Hamby. He's updating almost every week. Shout out to Andy Devine. Shout out to so many people are still fighting for the children. They are thousands. There are thousands of us. There are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So
we'll stop recording and we'll just do a bit of business afterwards. Is that okay?
Yeah.